How you
Hi,
doing, Xanthi?
I'm good. How are you, Robert? How are you feeling?
Peachy.
Let me do
It's
the
all good,
first
folks.
story. It's everything is good. Everything is under control. No stress whatsoever. No technical issues.
Exactly. Everything's all hunky dory here, folks.
Just a
We
usual day in the life of a streamer or streamers.
Yeah, exactly. Hang on. I think I forgot to hit one more button.
Mm. Welcome, everyone.
Okay.
Welcome to another Pop Goes the Stream episode. Today's is all about the 90s. Well, hey, back then in the 90s, the technology was not as advanced as it is now. Or maybe it was, but people were not using it. So I guess we are in role. Like, I don't know.
Well, everything needs to have a start into bigger and better things, and what better yet? It all started in the '90s with technology and stuff. Uh,
Yeah.
so if
Yeah.
anything, it's at least I'm kind of like you know, going about it as if it was in the '90s with all the tech stuff. Uh, but no, I'm really excited today because for today we'll have Xanthi's co-host from Get Your Geek On, and Xanthi is it learn how to play Minecraft? Is that
Correct.
okay?
Yes.
And yeah, I just find it hilarious to see them in action online, and I think it was like last week when you were both on, and then I'm gonna I'm gonna get
We were
skewered for
talking
this just
about
because.
games from the 90s, kind of.
Yep,
So, hello, Matt.
exactly. Hey, Matt.
So,
Uh, and it was funny because like she was going into the games, and Xanthi joked that if this keeps up, it just leads into our show. And I thought, for the heck of it, I'd see if
okay.
she'd be interested in joining. Sure enough,
Yeah. I
she
mean, it's
said
all
yeah,
about the
and
90s today, yes. So,
ex-
it seems
exactly,
appropriate.
exactly. Um, so yeah, I figure it's always cool to have more the merrier. So let me see if I can try to dial her in here. So
You have, yes. Do your do your magic.
all right, hang on.
92nd best decade. Yes. Oh, are we going that old school?
Yeah.
I get goosebumps by hearing that sound. Robert?
Yeah, I'm trying to get to work.
Are you using a modem to log in and go live?
Pretty much. There she
Hello?
is.
There's is.
Hello? Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can
Yes.
you hear us?
Yes.
Press
Yes.
0, we used to say back then, back in
Okay.
Greece.
I meant that she had me going. I'm like, oh god, don't tell me I didn't bring her in
No,
for real.
I was kidding.
Matt says that he lost his AOL installer CD-ROM. Oh, shit.
Oh.
That's a
I,
problem.
I think we have one as a coaster, so if we can find it, I'll send it to you, Matt. So
Exactly. I mean, when was that point where we were, one day we were just keeping all of our CD-ROMs scratch free because they wouldn't play, and then we went on in using them as coasters.
oh god, probably like what, from early '90s or so. I mean, I mean, as much as we joke, I still have my AOL email account. So, but I think I use it mostly to send the spam mail over there. So
I used ICQ.
Me too.
really.
Yes.
Oh man.
I heard that was the most secure. I don't know if that's true, but I've heard that.
It had all the information about all IPs. I don't
Did
think
it?
everything was
Okay.
that secure.
So
Well,
that's not true then.
maybe it was. Maybe it was. Now I'm going. Where is George when we need him?
Yeah.
Sending files. Maybe it was secure. But I think if someone wanted to sneak in on you, they could see where you. I don't know. I don't remember. It was.
Yes.
It was a long time ago. But
Yes.
maybe.
I totally forgot
Well,
about ICQ.
I like that you can like send noises to the other person because you can just
Yes.
press buttons and just noises.
And I liked
Uh,
it that it was like moving like uh-oh, and then it
mm,
had like a little note. ICQ, it was the best.
yes.
Yes.
See, like,
But with Mhm.
no, I totally forgot about ICQ. I mean, I'm still kind of stuck with the old instant messengers with AOL. In fact, um, I think I think we just used our email accounts as the ID. But I mean, did you guys use the AOL Instant Messenger?
I didn't have AOL. I don't know if it was, I mean, it's American Online. We didn't really have it here in
No, I
Europe.
don't think. I just
I had
heard it from
Yahoo.
other Americans.
Exactly, from chatting with other Americans about
Mm.
AOL and American Online. I had Yahoo.
Yeah, AIM was another one, but I also have only heard that from another
AIM. Right,
American.
me too. AIM. What does AIM stand for?
Uh, uh, uh Arrogant itchy meat. I can't remember.
We're
I'm sure.
Europeans. We didn't have those things.
Good one. I'm sure someone will know because I can't remember it for the life of me.
But we had
But
MSN, not MSN. MSN came later, like Microsoft, the chat
Ah,
bubbles. But that was, yeah, the chat rooms with the bubbles.
that,
Like,
yeah,
mm.
thanks,
But
okay,
John.
so
It
it
was
is
Instant
AOL.
Messenger, yeah, I am Instant Messenger. Yeah, okay, yeah,
Ah,
mm, yeah. That's why we missed it first.
yeah.
it's what we call a brain fart, folks. So yeah, so that's what AIM stands for. Thank you, John. But
Yes. We went straight into the technology. All the preparation we had is
yeah, I
let's
mean,
forget
because like,
that.
well, that's cool. Because like, I mean, when I remember, like before you had like the Chrome as the big browser was like um Netscape was the big thing, and so I know like it was big when I was in college, where a lot of people just use it to like look up sports scores or just like the various like things you see like entertainment stuff is which was big, but instead of like using it for like looking up books and stuff like that.
But Netscape, you had to buy it, right? Or was it?
Well, I mean, because like it happened during when I was in college, so it was like on the old CRT computers and stuff. So um, it was just another way to interface the get online and everything. So
We used it at school. We had it in the library to search for information.
that and LexisNexis.
No, that I
No,
don't know. It was only Netscape, as I remember it.
because I think LexisNexis, that was like a separate system that was in the libraries to like look up articles or books and stuff like that. Then they have like all the other like monitors and computers where
Okay.
the folks want to go online um, and find things. But most of it is just mostly a lot of articles and stuff like that.
I
Um,
don't have a memory, but Prodigy, as in the band, the music band, or is it something else? Hi, Grim.
uh,
CompuServe. That does ring a bell. CompuServe days.
yeah, it was a big computer company that came around the same time like as Dell and what was the other one? Uh, and other PCs. So Compaq, I think it was. Yeah.
Prodigy
Um,
was an online service. Okay. I, no, not
oh,
so bad.
okay.
I know the band.
Yeah, exactly. Sorry, we Europeans, we have no idea what you're talking about.
Yes.
Man,
I'm not sure if it is an American thing, but we have never heard of it.
yeah,
Okay. Mm.
I totally forgot that it's also the band there, and it wasn't as far reaching as I thought it was. Um, good God.
Yeah. As I said, I mean, here at least me, and Kerstin, we had ICQ, and then it was Yahoo. For me, I was using Yahoo a lot, Yahoo Messenger and Yahoo
Hmm.
Email. That was my first. I
Mhm.
think I first made Yahoo and then Hotmail. I think. Yeah.
Yeah,
Grimm's Prodigy. So all of you Americans, you know about Prodigy. That was an online service. Okay.
Okay.
well, it was
We
also the band
learn.
too.
It was also lol. It was
Prodigy.
the Prodigy. Yes,
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
the Prodigy or the yes. Thank you, Green Sky. Yes,
But I mean, but it's amazing you move from the early stages from what you have from there, and then you with Microsoft's Windows 95, and then you have the
90s.
internet 90s, yeah, like you have Yahoo, and then later on Google exploding with its search engine, and then later Chrome. I mean, it's just like
Who remembers Metacrawler? Don't make me come over there. Breathe was a great song. Yes. Did you use Metacrawler before Google?
No.
Does anyone remember it?
uh, I think I was too intimidated to try it, so um,
Actually, I don't remember what it was between Netscape and Google. I don't remember.
So Netscape was a browser, and then what did I use? I didn't use Netscape. I
Alta
had
Vista,
Netscape,
yes.
the free Alta
Alta
Vista.
Vista.
Yes, and
Yeah.
then Lycos or Lycos, or how do you say it? Lycos. We said Lycos.
I was going to defer to you for the pronunciation.
Well, Lycos it sounds because Lycos is Greek for wolf, but I think it's an American company, so it's pronounced Lycos.
I think you're right, but I just didn't know like what the proper pronunciation was.
And I'm not saying that it was named after the Greek word. It's just that it coincided that it was written like that. So yeah, but Alta Vista, of course, Alta Vista. We remember, yeah, like because the fresh maker head in hands. No, I don't understand all of your references, John. But yeah, the pronunciation. What would it be like? Lycos? How would you say, Kerstin?
Yeah, I mean,
Well, lichens is the word for wolf, like change the shapeshifter wolves. Lichens.
Correct.
So I guess
Yeah.
lichens. I'm not sure. I don't know, and I don't remember it either. I remember Alta Vista.
Mm. So you, Robert, after Netscape, you
Yes.
went to Google, or
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
yeah, it, and I think at that time, because like most folks, when they were just using the search engine, it was just like more like for research purposes. So it wasn't until like much later you start creeping into like for like more like entertainment purposes, like just reading articles of like for me, like I always like to see like what sports scores are or sports report, but yeah,
The news.
I'm sorry,
pretty much, yeah.
um, Firefox, was that a search engine or was that?
Firefox is a browser.
That's a browser. Yes.
So
That
yeah,
I used
Netscape
before
is a
Google.
browser. Yes, and Firefox used right. It was back then also Firefox, was it?
I think so.
Yes.
But all of them they had some sort of search mechanism. Engine,
I
yeah.
think
Right.
so.
It's a long time ago. It's many, many years ago.
Oh God, Internet Explorer, of course. How can
Yeah.
we forget about that? I still use it at work, actually. But now it's kind of getting
Now,
closed off. But
now it's called
did-
Edge.
Edge, yes, we have Edge now at work.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I still get the warnings where they want me to use the Edge instead of in Explorer. And I think once they started like playing nasty and just like making IE useless for me to open things, I'm like, all right.
Are you still
Edge.
using Internet Explorer, Robert?
Depending which computer I'm using. If it's
Okay.
something that was made from the last century, but don't worry. The laptop I have now is fairly new, so it's I have Chrome.
Okay. Voice over the whole seat will cost you $20, but you'll only need the edge. You
Can we-
probably understand what that means.
Yeah, I don't understand it. I'm sorry.
John, you're
I
playing
think it's
nasty
too many references that we don't get. Maybe.
I'm
No
sorry
worries.
that my text is on the wrong way. I don't know how to change the
It
mirror.
reminds me of how I had it the other day when I was live with
Yeah.
Chris. I had it mirrored.
Yeah, I don't know how to change it. Well,
No worries. I mean,
Ah,
if people
on the
watch,
settings, I think on the setting. No, no, it's not. Forget it. It's
no,
not.
or you're
I
gonna say
didn't say
like
anything. Mm.
it's like
forget it.
I think like oh okay, I can try to go backwards too, but I don't know how to talk backwards either. So
No.
I love it.
Don't
Okay.
try it.
So let's try and be a bit structured because we have made some preparation, you guys. Okay, we have prepared a few things. We have made lists and everything of things to discuss to talk
it's
about.
Will's.
So,
It is. So while I try to dig that out, Xanthi, I'll let you take over for the topic that you had ready for us.
well, first thing that I have written here is like, okay, 90s. Many of us, how many of us were teenagers or young adults? I think all of us because we are old people, I guess. I
Where
was a
did Robert
teenager.
go?
I don't know.
There.
There
I
he
just
is.
I just had to pull something off the computer, but I didn't want to make any noise while you guys talking, so that's why I figured
Oh,
I'd pull
okay.
myself off. But
We
I'm
don't
still
need
here.
no
I'm just
speaking
off camera.
preparations. Exactly. I mean, there's I can talk in circles. It's in Restream sound. Okay. By the
Yeah.
way, rest in peace to the Saved by the Bell revival. Looks like people has cancelled it. Saved by the Bell. Do you see that the background is very Saved by the Bell, right? So exactly. Thank you for the nice pass, John, because we wanted to talk about TV series and films of the 90s and music and games, of course, and of course, technology. I guess it's very hard to not go into this tech rabbit hole for us because we have lived it pretty much. But yeah, but the majority of us were either teenagers or young in our youth, like in early 20s. I was a teenager. I was like in my between 11 and 20. 11, 20. That, oh my God, 10 years. Okay, 10
And
years of
I
my
was
life.
a
Yeah.
little bit younger. I was 8 until what's it?
18.
Well, yeah,
Yeah,
I
No,
was
17.
18.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
17. Yeah.
You
I just
were
like saying I was a little bit older, so I was in college at that time, or close to, depending where in the '90s. Talk about either in college or about to graduate from college. So I joke that it's still relatively fresh in my mind, but now as I look at what we're talking about, some of it's just kind of like,
No. Yeah.
but I guess we pretty much all remembered since we were old enough to remember and live the 90s and the
Yes.
transition from no internet to internet
Internet. Yeah.
and all those TV shows like Saved by the Bell, of course.
yep.
And can I just say Beverly Hills here and Melrose Place? Hello. Yeah. I mean, Team Dylan. Okay. I don't want to hear about
So
Brandon.
Okay.
I was gonna joke about an older show for like the Beverly Hillbillies and say Jed Clampett, but I'm like, that's a lot older show. Don't worry about it. So just me trying to be
Okay.
silly.
I didn't really like any of those guys. I'm not sure who I
What
liked actually.
what did you say?
Who was the little geeky guy? I like the geeks. I always
Oh,
Are we talking
Screech.
about Saved by the Bell, Screech?
No, we're talking about Beverly Hills.
Kiki.
It was the one guy that's kind of was in the tech room all the time. He was like having some kind of own show at the school.
David.
Screech. I don't.
The Grinch.
But he was a
Isn't
DJ. He
The
was had a,
Grinch. No. What?
Wasn't he Dr. Seuss?
He wasn't against Christmas. No, he was a little cute geeky guy. I don't like the bad boys. I didn't like Dylan. He was a bad boy.
well, well, yeah, but then he turned out to be like, yeah, well, he was a bit ups and downs. Yeah, but
Little bit.
but Brandon, he was too perfect. He was like the too good boy, and I
Yeah,
mean, he was
definitely. I didn't like
like
him
a
either.
no. Kiki, wait, I'm trying to think that. Well, he has been in the tech room or in the newsroom. He was in the newspaper, the school newspaper
Yeah,
writing. Maybe
exactly.
you remember him. Okay, yeah,
Maybe
yeah,
he was
yeah.
called Screech. I'm not sure.
No, Screech was in Saved by the Bell.
Ah, okay. Is that
Yeah.
okay? Actually never have seen. safe white belt. I don't know. I just missed that. So
But is it technically 90s? Did it start it in the 80s? Well, no, it was 90s, right? 90s. Well,
Yeah.
it was very 90s. I don't know. Maybe they didn't show it in Sweden. I was living in
I
Greece at the
didn't have
time.
cable. I didn't have cable, so it might have been a show
Um,
that it was on cable. We
uh,
only had the like
the three
yeah
SVT 1 and 2.
yeah.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
I
So
wasn't
you
in the
got
area at
lots
the
of
time, so I don't know. So
But let's see, we have some timelines here, pop culture timeline, the biggest pop culture moments of the
yeah,
90s here.
mm,
And it starts with the 2000 bug. The late, speaking of tech, the late 90s, it was the Y2K bug, that the millennium bug, that it would be 2000 and everything will stop working. It didn't
yeah,
happen. It didn't happen. We're still here. Yeah.
we are.
And
unfortunately, sometimes
yeah,
some of the things on the internet shouldn't be there actually.
true.
But yeah, oh, it's good. It's good.
But do you remember it? I mean, what was it like in Sweden? Were you worried
No,
or no? And we're talking about
I was
airplanes that
in.
they will.
Okay, no, really not. I mean, I was in school. I didn't really think about those kind of things. Maybe if I was working at the time, like working like I'm do now, I work in healthcare. Maybe I should have been would have been a bit worried, but I wasn't. But actually, we didn't really use computers back then in the healthcare. We started using uh, like a journal system, a computer system in 2008, actually. So we had paper
Okay,
journals to then.
safe way. It was safe. No millennium bug. Yeah,
Yeah, no.
yeah. It's funny that this article starts with the latest, like with 1999, but then it says it talks about the Tamagotchi. I never
Yeah,
had a Tamagotchi. I didn't.
I had one. It died instantly, like all my pets. I'm not a pet person and not a plant person either. I just know. Uh,
Men, what did you have to do with the Tamagotchi? Did you have to
you
feed
had to
it
feed
or?
it
Yeah.
and like pay it attention. You had to play with it, I think.
So that was the
Okay,
beginning of people having a short attention span because those that didn't fit the Tamagotchi. So,
okay.
but
So
I don't know. I never really got into it because I mean I didn't really get the idea like it's a virtual pet and feed it. I
Yeah,
was
but
like,
it was
what?
for kids. It was for kids. I mean, I was in like what do you, I don't know, pre-high school. What do you call it? I don't know.
junior high, I
Junior
think.
high, I guess. I
Mhm.
was like 11 years old.
It's okay.
Is
It's
that
like if you
right?
That's
I'm
true.
not sure. Yeah.
Donna,
It's,
Um,
How
it's
much
probably
yes.
better than
size?
what we had was like where you had the Tamagotchi. In my times, we had the pet rock. So I mean, you couldn't really do much with a rock. So other
Okay.
than maybe like use as a paperweight, but that's all I got.
But also, I totally missed the time. I mean, I have seen. I don't know why how I missed it. How did I miss it?
But
But
you was
anyway,
also a teenager. It was more in my age, I think. I mean,
for kids, maybe. Well,
yeah,
I
I
knew.
think so.
Yeah, maybe.
You didn't want a
Um,
Tamagotchi when you were like 15.
yeah. Well, the other pop culture here or milestones from that article, it's of course very generic boy bands and girl bands and Spice Girls and Take That. I
I
don't want to
never,
hear
I
what?
wasn't into, no. I had, my friend was, and I just didn't understand that. They were so in love with the blonde guy in, in Backstreet Boys.
No,
I just don't
no.
get it.
Backstreet Boys, they were not cool, okay?
Okay.
I mean, if you come from Take That, you cannot like, even though now I might enjoy some of their songs from Backstreet Boys.
Yeah, actually,
Oh
I do
man.
enjoy the songs, but I didn't get the whole girl crush thing, like screaming and everything. I never
Okay, I have a good.
really.
No, okay, can I say my okay? Of course, I was into rock music, okay, and Guns N' Roses, and then 90s, the grunge, like Pearl
Okay.
Jam and Soundgarden and
Yep.
everything. But secretly, I was secretly enjoying the boy bands. And I had a crush with Take That, all of them. I don't know if you know Take That, they were from UK or Britain, like, yeah, not Americans. So, and well, we had also New Kids on the Block.
Hmm, but they
I'm
were
not
so
going to
late.
say well, okay. I had a crush also on one of them secretly, because it was Guns N'
Okay,
Roses, of course, that they are the cool.
Robert is gone now.
But
So yeah,
let me see if I can pull this up. I know this
pull
might be a
up
little bit
the
trippy.
list. Yeah, pull
All right.
up stuff. So I'm also stuck in that.
You look
Exactly.
mysterious,
So I mean,
mysterious Xanthi.
wait a minute.
Just
Here.
look at that list.
Smells like Teen Spirit, Nirvana. I mean, hello, of course, in the 90s, guys, girls in the chat, Kerstin, Robert, everyone, participate,
Yeah.
please.
Okay.
The 90s top 10, but it's in not specific order.
Well,
Who
so that
remembers? Yes.
so I know like most of the charts. This one came from the Time Out article pretty much a couple months ago, and they listed Nirvana's "Smell Like Teen Spirit" as the number one single in the 90s.
Yes.
Um,
Yes.
then you have Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg's "No Diggity." That was in 1996, and 94 you had "Juicy" by Notorious B.I.G. Uh, "The Funk" with Daft Punk in 95, and that same year you had Pulp's "Common People."
Yes.
Then number 6 was Portishead's "Glory
Or
Box."
yes.
Blur's
Great
97
choices.
hit "Beetle Bum." Massive Attack's "Unfinished Symphony." "My Bloody Valentine" Soon in 91, and at number 10 TLC's "Waterfall." I probably maybe know a handful.
I probably
I'm
know them if I hear them, but I don't know the names of them.
I know 70%. That means if it are the 10, I know 7 out of 10. And I agree about being the top 10. Maybe there are more that should belong there. Where is Guns N' Roses?
See, that's the thing, because like
That's no rock,
that's
is it?
there's a yeah,
Well,
because like
Nirvana, I guess.
Yeah,
Grunge. But it's not, I mean, they are rock, but more grunge. But yeah, rock. Yeah.
grunge rock. Yes.
I mean, I don't know if that's just lends to the era that more the, as you like to say, the grunge and um that heavy, not, I don't want to say dark, but just like a heavy tone of music that was more prevalent than it was country. But I don't know. I mean, I'm just grasping at straws here as to why some of the others didn't make it to the top there. Let me just
Yes. I love that song. What happened to those? Highland Piao.
But who knows here from the chat, who recognizes like Portishead? And of course, let me, do you agree? Do you know there are many of those? I mean, Pulp, Portishead, Daft Punk, and Blur, Massive Attack, Europeans like Daft Punk, I think they're French. The others, they are English or British or what is the correct? I don't know, UK. I'm so confused with the whole, is it
I
England,
think
UK,
British.
Great
it's out there.
Britain? Yeah, that, those. The island.
Yeah.
I hope I don't get cancelled. I don't know what is it
No.
politically correct to say.
I think British is what you
British, yes,
say. Yes.
that.
I just say other side of the pond. So
It-
Okay. But that's
for
all
us,
of
it's a
us, I guess.
bit, yes. The entire
yeah,
Europe is the other side.
Yeah.
because like usually like I hear like names like Michael Jackson, Whitney Houston, of those ilk. So when I saw this listed, I'm like, where'd they go? But I think they're probably looking at more like worldly view is how my guess is.
maybe.
Well, I have to say that in the 90s, the whole Manchester scene, like British, it was kind of big, at least in my world,
Right.
back in Athens, and I guess, yeah, Europe a lot. So Blur, Oasis, Portishead Massive Attack, those things. Uh, Pulp, were they big in the US? Pulp, they should, I guess. I
I'm
don't
not.
know.
I'm not. I'm not really familiar with Pulp. That was the first time I've heard of them.
I'm sure if you hear the song, you will recognize it. Who knows in the chat who the Pulp or Pulp? I think it's just Pulp
I don't
is. You
Right.
remember
you
them. Maybe
definitely know,
I
Justin.
probably have heard them, but I'm just so bad at names. So I probably remember if I hear the songs, but
Okay.
Yeah.
I
As I
only
hear Pulp, I think
actually
Orange Pulp.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. No, it's no. Okay. Let's get to another list, maybe that we all probably recognize. Bring up
Okay.
another
So
list.
all right. So the other one I had here was for movies, and hang on.
And I'm still stuck.
You're still stuck.
yeah, but
Why so
you're
serious?
focusing. You're focusing on this list.
Correct.
I think this is when she was like saying, "I can't hear Kristen." I'm like, "What? Wait." But
but I
but
have
some
the
of these
same
movies.
problem with this list actually. I
So
I
which
I, I see two movies that I have seen. One I've only
okay.
seen half of it. So I'm
So
sorry, I'm not.
One,
no
two.
no.
I recognize three films from this one, to be honest. Also, where do you get your information?
The
It's from
Rolling
the
Right at the
Rolling
bottom there.
Stone. It's
Yep,
from
Rolling
the
Stones.
Rolling Stone.
So this was written in 2017. So, but even then, it's I had to like I sent information over to Kirsten because like I kind of laughed as to, like who they had that put together the list, and they were essentially like people like film buffs, writers, just people with eclectic tastes in pop culture. So when I saw that, I'm like, okay, it makes sense, but still, come on. I mean, some
Can I
I didn't see
say,
like, hmm?
yeah?
Yes. Go ahead. Let's hear
No,
it.
you didn't say. Maybe you will say what I want to say. Continue.
Well, no, I was just gonna say like, I mean, what they thought was the top 10 wasn't on my not certainly wasn't on my top 10 because like movies I remember like I know Jurassic Park was big.
Yeah, Jurassic Park.
Yeah, see, Terminator 2, T2.
That is what I was about to say. Thank you. Exactly.
Go
Where is
ahead. All right.
Terminator 2?
Exactly. I mean, I think it was like near somewhere in the mid or the near bottom. I'm like, what?
Who is these people that made this list?
I know.
Exactly.
I mean, I don't see their names, but they just said they were like a panel that the Rolling Stones had put together. I'm like, well, all right. But I mean,
And
it was wide enough that it was just like, okay, maybe a cross section of like different tastes, but some of it's like more indie, or exactly
That's the
the Matrix.
Matrix.
where is the Matrix exactly?
Uh, well, I don't know if I want to say this because it didn't rank as high as I thought it would. So,
Take it back. You didn't say. You didn't say anything. Okay, I didn't hear.
did I say
Robert,
anything? I don't remember saying anything. See,
sorry,
that's
I'm
why she's
joking.
looking the way she was.
I'm jo- I'm
They should
joking.
have made our list.
Yeah. See, that's the thing, because like what their list is certainly not our list. I mean, I know like like Forrest Gump, I didn't see on there, which I was surprised.
Correct. I mean,
Yeah,
Silence of the Lamb. Okay, good, but exactly, Forrest Gump.
I mean
Yeah.
that's a
Uh,
huge film that like everyone has seen.
I see here. I just did a Google here. Okay, we have The
Okay.
Matrix, Total Recall,
Yep.
Gattaca, The
Yep.
Rock with Sean
Eh.
Connery and Nicolas Cage. You
The
know,
Rock. I was like, what do you mean?
with The Rock with Sean Connery and Nicolas Cage. You know,
Yes, I know,
Escape
I
from
know, I
Al.
know.
In Greece, it was translated Escape from Alcatraz, something like that. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, because The Rock is just The Rock. Like what? Okay, yeah. Sleepy Hollow, Scream. Hello, Scream.
Well,
Horror
it was
movies, you
not a
know.
good movie, but okay. I have seen it, but I didn't think it was a good movie. So
I mean,
No,
the
but
Scream movie for
it's
its
sorry.
I mean, Scream is a pop culture. It's a milestone. At least everyone knows. I mean, yeah, Scream.
Yeah, and they have a new version now. Like, what is it? 20 years after.
Scream.
Have you
Scream.
seen it?
Yeah, it was all right. I mean, I
I
liked
have not
how
seen.
they try to like make callbacks of the original Scream, and just in terms of just how they take the idea and flip it. I don't want to spoil it too much for the people that haven't seen it or plan to, but it is consistent with the theme of just taking the horror genre and just kind of flip it on its end of things that people are accustomed to as to how the plot line goes and stuff like that. So when it first came out, it was big because that was the first time they introduced that whole idea, like not quite a mind bender, but just like a twist on expectations of how a horror movie would go.
Mm.
Although I reserve the right to be wrong, so
Well, I haven't seen it, so I can accept. I can believe you that it's not as good as like it was okay. It makes about. It sounds right that it was okay. It sounds right.
I mean, the
Even
first movie wasn't good. Did you think it was good?
it wasn't a scary thing that I couldn't sleep at night. So I guess that is a criteria of not being as good because I get easily scared. So yeah.
I mean, most horror
I,
movies, I'm kind of like looking at it this way, so
oh.
I can't
Yeah,
say much.
yeah. I'm not as good with the horror, but it's like I want to see them, but I get scared. I'm like, yeah, like this with the pillow. Reserve the right to be cruel, to be kind. Okay.
That's a good song, isn't it? Is that from the 90s? I don't know, but I guess so. Prove to be kind. Isn't that the? Am I wrong?
I don't remember. I don't know. He's very cryptic, John.
Yeah,
I
I
was,
But
think it is a song.
yes, but
oh no, it just reminds me of a different song, but that's of a different genre. I think a different era, so I'll say it for another time. But
um, yes,
no, but I mean, yeah. I mean, to your point, I mean, what the list that they came up with is totally different than what we think or what was important, and it's a common theme with most
Okay.
of these top 10 lists,
Okay.
and it's just a matter of just you know, you just kind of roll with it.
Sorry.
so let's bring something else. Let's bring another list. Let's talk about. Let's move. So we covered briefly TV shows. Beverly Hills. That's it. That's enough for me. We covered it. Yeah.
Okay, okay.
Hello, Buffy.
Yeah. What was it? Yeah. Hello. Exactly.
Hello.
Thank you.
That was like the best, and I didn't see it back then. I have seen it much later, and I had a little bit trouble getting into it because I think the first two episodes it's a little bit, I don't know, it just doesn't really flow. But then it's really really great show.
But have you seen the film also? Did you
No,
see
I
the film?
haven't. No, that what
Okay.
that come first, right?
Yes.
The film came
And
first, yeah.
yes. And
But it
I saw
didn't
Film
the
was
go
it.
like.
film. Yeah.
I saw a little bit of a documentary about it, and it didn't go as well as he wanted it to. And then he just put it into this format, and yeah, it became a
And it
success.
took off. Exactly. Uh, I mean, what's interesting is just that I don't know if the same the movie actress had tried out for when they made it as a TV show, but you could kind of see that the vibe is still there. Maybe it's a little bit different in terms of how on the execution, but I mean,
It-
go ahead.
It's not her. It was not her.
Right, it wasn't her, but it was a matter of just I thought it was just interesting. I think it was like in the movie. It was like the same actor from Beverly Hills 90201 902.
Exactly. It was Dylan. That's why I saw it. It's because of Dylan.
I was wondering about that. So
Yes. Guilty. But yeah. I remember, but it was also the golden years of MTV, and it was a video clip, about which I don't remember. Some dance film was it? A music song. I was trying to Google it. It was probably from CSC Music Factory.
You mean the music or the movie? I'm sorry,
No, it
not
was
sure
like
if I follow.
it was very big back then. The soundtracks. They released the song to promote the film, and it was on MTV all the time. And it was, you get to see clips from the film. It was a promotional thing. Well, it still is, but back then it was maybe bigger. Yeah.
Right.
So
Sorry,
I got
I need to just block my view a little bit.
okay. Yes,
No
blockers.
worries.
Yes. But I liked the music. It was very dancey, kind of, and Dylan, of course. So yeah. But yes, Buffy. I saw the film. I didn't see the series back then, like you.
No.
Yeah. So and it was Sarah Michelle Gellar that played in this show, and I think she did great. I mean, she exploded from that.
Yes.
Uh, no, not gonna make a sweat. Well, I don't know if they're using it the same riff, but it's like keep it coming, dance till you can dance no more. Maybe they use the same riff, or the encore, or do you the chorus? But it was very distinctive CNC Music Factory. To answer John, yeah. The music, I mean, the 90s. I feel very confused because I am like a rock and goth and dark and everything, but the dance and the pop of the 90s are really, really. I mean, Madonna, hello, Vogue,
Was that in the 90s?
yes, Vogue. It
Was
was in
it?
the 90s, but Vogue, Madonna year.
Ray of Light was in
Uh,
the 90s, that I remember.
it was
Okay.
1990, exactly 90.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yes.
barely 80s. Yeah, but yes, it's the beginning.
I did think she was better in the 80s, but she was a little bit, I don't know, she kind of changed her
She
songs
became
a bit, but you see
Y-
the format of the songs or how she presented the songs later in the 90s. So I didn't think her music was as good.
You like 80s Madonna.
Yes, but I like Vogue, but I don't like Ray of Light. Uh,
Yeah, I know what that it was. I didn't like it either. That changed. No. Mm.
no. And what was that song? Okay, I like that song, the kind of emo song she had. She's like
Was it
standing on a
Rain?
crack. Yeah,
Rain.
maybe. Yeah, I
That she
think
had
so.
like a dark
Yes, like
black
a
hair.
dark.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
that was okay, but I still like the 80s
The
Madonna
80s.
more.
Yeah. How about we transition to the reason why we brought Kerstin that
Yeah.
is with us today, and let's talk about something that it's I don't know.
Which
Everything
prompted
is
us
fun.
to have her. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, so, because I was interested to hear more, Christian, just like the games that just really hit home with you
Mm.
at that time. Because like for me, I think I know like what got me excited when you talked about the Warcraft there. Was it something that you played a lot of, or just something that just hard to ignore? Or
Video games of the 90s featuring Kerstin.
I didn't say
Kerstin.
Warcraft. That was something.
Yeah. But you
Yeah.
played other from the
Yes, I
90s.
played other because like my brother was really into gaming. So in like I think 95 somewhere around there was some kind of drive in our hometown that all people should have a home computer. And it was something that my dad, because he worked at a big company, all could get a computer for that company. So we got a compact that we have, and then so we played on that. Mostly it was my brother who played most of it, and maybe me and my little sister we like sit next to him and watch him play. But we did get to try out some of the games too. And the what I remember mostly was Lands of Lore, but and that was kind of, it looks like Warcraft, like how it's um, I mean the graphics of it looks like Warcraft or like Dune. I didn't know, but I'm not. That's more strategy kind of games. I've never been into that, so that was not my kind of game. And I
You were
played Worms a lot at the
Worms
time.
Armageddon. That's like, who hasn't played Worms here? Confess now in the chat. I want to see it.
Sorry,
Ah,
I
yeah.
missed out on it.
What?
I know it. Somehow it fell off my radar. I shamefully admit. So I mean, you got it out of me. I didn't want to incur your wrath any further. So you know.
Okay, we will forgive you. I have to admit, I didn't play it exactly in the 90s, or maybe it was, I don't know, maybe 99 or like 2000. I mean,
So it's
once
like on the
later we
cusp.
got a,
So this wasn't bad.
yeah. But I remember playing Worms Armageddon on a computer for people. You know, on the same computer, you could make a team, you could play multiplayer on the same computer and like taking turns. So it was first my sister, she was playing her turn, you know, it's turn based, you know, trying to kill the other. And then it was my brother, and then me, and then the cousin. So 4 people goodness now playing Worms on a computer, of course, crying like from laughter completely, you know. Yeah.
Okay, I thought it was like out of horror. No.
No. But
Yeah.
in the 90s, I Googled now so that we have a list to talk about. Did you play Zelda, Thurston?
No, that was
No.
another. The thing is, I only had a computer. I didn't have a
Ah,
console,
yeah.
so we didn't play those kind of games. And that's when I started to play these adventure games. So
Mhm.
Monkey Island was like the first
Big.
big adventure game that I love.
Mhm.
And then Siberia.
Who actually did you beat
Another big one, yes.
into that?
Sorry, can you put down my camera a little bit? Just
Jesus.
But I mean, I mean, it was interesting that what
Can
we
you
had for
put two count
so
two? Yes.
sorry, button was stuck. But what was interesting is just that I mean, as big as Zelda was, I feel like I have to confess again. I hadn't played that much because like was really big on like a um. I was gonna say Nintendo, but
Yes.
it
I
was
completely missed it because I didn't have a Nintendo console myself either. So yeah, Zelda is big, huge, and apparently we all of us have missed it.
although it has a very catchy tune. I will give him that.
I mean, yeah, I don't remember exactly. But I
Yeah,
mean,
it's all
it's
right.
yeah. But John mentioned Doom. Doom was in the 90s. StarCraft was in the 90s.
Yep. And Heretic, I don't think I really play that much.
Played, of course, Warcraft. So we have the adventure. There were many adventure games big in the 90s. And what else we have here? Well, okay, we have, of course, Mario. That has been
Yep.
forever. Okay, yeah. Final Fantasy 790 was out in 1997.
I
Pokemon
mean,
Red. I never played Pokemon. Yeah.
I mean, I know like Sonic was big on Sega. The big one was like on was it Super NES was the GoldenEye,
Right.
the James Bond game. That was probably one of the earlier
GoldenEye.
multiplayer games.
Yeah. Resident Evil also. You have played Resident Evil, Thursday. We were talking about zombies and yeah. No, you're muted. You don't have you don't have a microphone. She doesn't. Diablo 2. Yeah.
yeah.
Now we can hear you.
Yes, good.
Yes.
Yes, I played
Do you-
Resident Evil. That's
I think you're not the only.
oh.
it's
I think you're not the only.
it was a what was it? Oh, you have it. Oh, look at that! Look at that!
I have everything. Sorry, I don't have everything, but I have Diablo 2.
Yes.
I just have this pen here, so
I was flexing the other day. Don't you remember? I had also I have the collectors.
Yes.
yeah,
Humble brag.
I got a plastic sandwich bag.
It's not Diablo 2. No.
I know it's not.
No.
Again, you got me there, but I think what was it? So yeah, Diablo 2. I mean, that was more for the PC, wasn't it? Uh, um,
I think
Yeah.
so.
yeah. Okay.
But I didn't
Uh,
play that. Sorry, I don't know. I missed that game. But actually, I played Diablo 3 and realized that's not my kind of thing either. So maybe I didn't miss it that much. I don't know. I like the
but
adventure games.
well, there were many games from the 90s that we have missed, and I have played it later on.
Mm.
And let's not forget, never heard of old what Diablo? Ha ha, Grimskull. um, Speaking of games of the 90s, also, Kerstin, you are playing now
Yeah.
The Longest Journey, another adventure.
Yep.
Mm. Even if,
And
okay, it's 1999, so it's barely.
it still
but,
counts. It still
yeah.
counts. Mm.
Yep.
And you're also, guys and girls, you will go raid later. After that, Kerstin's stream, because he's going to play The Longest Journey, adventure game from the 90s. We're leaving it with
Yep.
her. Yeah.
Let me get the link up there so if folks want to check that out.
Bring the technologies. Bring the, yes.
So I got the link in the comments there. So if you want to follow
You're so lucky
Kirsten's
I'm not on the show. You guys would not
part
be able to
two.
get your work in
Do
it
you
once.
really
Okay.
think that Olaf is better at any
Yeah.
playing
Click
than
the link and follow her and watch her playing The Longest Journey.
you're not?
And then there's a link earlier that if you want to follow some more for her content there,
I
highly recommend you guys the follow her. Let's see if we can get her up to 100 there for her on her channel there.
You started gaming in
But
the late 70s, Grimskull. Did you play
Oh.
Pong?
Exactly. What was the game you played back then? Space
I thought you
Invaders?
guys.
Exactly.
That's a good
I
game
don't know.
Well, it's,
on the
It
Atari
is a good game.
I mean,
on the
it's
Atari
a-
joystick.
yeah. Well, it's
Ooh,
80s,
I like
but
that mug.
Yep.
yeah. You played Pong like ding,
And
ding, ding. Okay. Yeah.
I actually played Pong also. It was
Mm.
still a thing on the Commodore 64. No, it was not. No, it was the other one, the Inter-Television kind of console.
ColecoVision.
No, it's called like Intel Television.
Oh no, you're right. Intellivision. Yeah, there's that.
We had that one.
We did. Okay. Yeah, because like those joysticks, it was a little bit hard with the number pads and the little
Yeah,
knob
it's
there, and
number
you just.
pads, and it was like a round thing you like move over. Yes, yes, Intellivision.
I'm again if Nintendo had that idea when they had like the gamepad there, when they had you working on your thumbs and your hand going. I feel like I'm doing a dance movement here, but
that's
yeah.
like the 80s.
It's like a citizen to rule.
It doesn't matter, 90s, 80s. It's
The
same.
old times.
It's the old things.
I was waiting for you to say that.
The old times.
The old days. Back then when we were kids.
Well, I mean, there was like you had the handheld games too, so yeah, you run the gamut. Anything you can
I
do.
never played the backgammon, but we played the one with like the really bad animated what do you say, tanks? Like
the tank game combat, and then the tank would just go around circles.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
Combat.
I remember it was taking forever. It was
Yeah,
not
to
very
go
easy.
anywhere.
Yeah. Mm.
Yeah, it seems like anyone talks about Atari, they always think about like what was the worst Atari game for that time, and everyone points to ET.
Yeah.
And I still get these random pop-ups where they have this article like where are they now, and for the game ET, it almost looks like a picture of like a landfill, and they took all the cartridges here and just threw it out there. I'm like, couldn't they recycle that? But
No.
I like combat better though.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the list here about things that happened in the 90s that you found, Robert. Do you
Yeah.
know what other thing happened in the 90s that I didn't register it?
Anna is 2 years older than me.
It
In
was-
terms of
She gotta be something
Is it like in terms of like what happened
Uh,
historically or games or
not it's not a game. But
That is
was it?
your
It
only
was
fact.
Harry Potter. Potter. Harry
okay.
Potter. But I don't think it's the film. It's the book.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, yes, I guess.
Harry
I guess it was.
Potter, first book release date. Let's see what Google says.
Okay.
1997. Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. The first novel in 1997. Wow, I didn't know it was in the 90s. I mean, yeah. Because EverQuest. I remember that. The Gulf War happened in the 90s. Yes, true. Hi, Hans. Yeah, hi, hello there. The 90s, yeah. We're talking about the 90s. Well, not only, it's an interesting mix. Pitfall. I remember EverQuest too. I missed EverQuest. Did you play? Did you remember EverQuest, Kerstin?
Uh, I'm not sure if I do. I do remember. Something triggers me when I hear the
It
name.
rings a bell. uh, okay, John seems to be informed. Chamber of Secrets in 98 and Prisoner Azkaban 1999. So those were the release dates of the books. And Grimskull says, yeah, Gulf War, he was there. So we have some big milestones here, some big things happening in the 90s. Okay. Do I dare asking? I, I don't dare, I guess. I don't know.
No.
It's, yeah. It's good that you're here with us now, I guess. I don't want to say anything more stupid, so.
It's more like
Well, you take the pressure
Um,
off of me, so
I feel pressured here, exactly. So let's say.
uh, no worries, no worries. I mean, it's just I mean, we talked about the video games and just in general, just how like people's tastes are certainly different, whether it's movies or TV, and just they're totally different than what we recall. But it just I think it just really boils down to is like where you are in your period of time, which sticks out more. So naturally, folks at that time that they said were the top 90s, they were a lot older than what we thought, and so our memories are going to be a little bit different. But who's to say one is better than the other? Well, I will make the exception the fact that there's in T2. That's but but it's all good.
Hi, Rich. John says the New York Rangers win the first Stanley Cup in 54 years back in 1994. I guess a big thing for you guys, for New York Rangers in the 90s. And then Grimskull is asking, do I dare ask you, you know what else happened in the 90s? Do I want to know from you, Grimskull? I'm a bit scared. Okay,
I'll take
what
a
else
shot at this. I
happened?
know, like, if we talk sports, I know like the Buffalo Bills lost the Super Bowl like 3 straight years. I only remember this because when I was in college, I was in Rochester, New York, and there were like quite a few like it has a very heavy presence of Buffalo Bills fans. And the one thing I can't get out of my mind is that they have these ugly zebra plants that are red and blue
Okay.
all over the campus. Big Bills fan, and it was driving me nuts. So when they lost the Super Bowl, I couldn't help but just kind of like what and everything. But that I know that was probably one of the vivid memories of sports in the early '90s, which I'm guessing that it's probably different than what Grimskill's probably going to suggest.
Basically,
But
they didn't like being boosted, so Tamagotchi. That's a short story.
yeah,
White Right
he's
Norwood Bill, thank you sincerely. Okay, another sports.
so
Oh, yeah,
no.
and yes.
Oh no, it's just like he's referencing the Buffalo Bills kicker Scott Norwood, where the first Super Bowl that they came in, they played against the Giants, and and when he was supposed to kick the ball, it would have won them their first Super Bowl, but the it was like I think a little bit over 50 yards, and the ball just wait, it's wide right, so it'd be oh wait on camera I'm like okay, but and then it was he had a hard time living that down. So that's what the reference that Grimskull is making.
Okay, yeah. Uh, we have no. I mean, I have no clue about Super Bowls and everything. I mean, we just know the break, the advertisements that are kind of big, and songs in the
Super Bowls.
halftime. Super, but that's about it. And then Grimskull, you were not here from the start. We talked about the world that was about to end because of the year of the Y2K. Yeah, we covered that. And Kerstin said that it's a pity that we didn't explode.
Exactly.
Something.
Which is a
No,
big, which is a
no, no, no. That was not what I meant. I meant
Okay.
that some things that are shared in the internet now, because sometimes social media today, and it's not that because I'm not uh, for cancel culture. I just think maybe we don't need to know everyone's opinion all the time. That was just what I wanted to say.
Okay, 100% agree. Yes. Yeah, of course, I had to make a joke, of course. But yes, I totally agree. Yeah. Um, yeah, back then we were not politically correct in the 90s also. And
it's
people were not easily offended about stuff, I guess. I don't know.
it was a lot different time, sure. No, no
Yeah.
worries, no worries. I mean, it's just that oh god, I lost my train of thought.
Vanilla ice. Thank you. Exactly. Ice. Ice. Baby. 90s.
I thought it was like
I
I'll
don't
work on my
know.
head, Bobs. Now I look like a chicken.
Yeah, I don't know. That, I don't know. Yeah. Yeah.
He can, but
But that's what's great about the replay. So if you guys missed the earlier talk about Y2K,
well,
you can just rewind the
and I
video
didn't hear what you
to
said.
catch that. But
We didn't talk about the
uh
Euro, but I guess it's so.
What?
The
What
Euro
didn't we say?
disco.
Eurodisco, please,
Hello, we're
Kirsty,
from Euro.
please. Exactly. We have to. Please, you are more
When you're doing this, I'm kind of thinking about
this like, yeah,
Hathaway.
E-type and
I was thinking about Hathaway.
Hathaway. Oh,
Baby, don't
is that
hurt
Headway the
me.
Angry Inch?
Don't hurt me
no.
no more.
Exactly.
You don't. Did you
Oh,
ever hear about the Eurodisco?
Or it was Eurodisco or Eurotrash. Many were saying also, but Eurodisco. Exactly. Yes. Here we go. Exactly. We have Hathaway, E-type. What else? Um,
Oh, it's so
wait, I
many
have to.
things. The Macarena.
Scooter.
I did tell you that we were gonna do the Macarena, didn't I?
Exactly, Macarena. Correct.
see, I was hoping she was saying macrame and just kind of like make. Never mind.
No.
No. Well,
Um,
a lot of things happened in the 90s, actually.
Mhm.
Modern
Right.
Talking, but
Night
they
of
were
the
more in the
Roxbury.
80s.
Haven't you seen that one?
I haven't seen the film, but now I get the reference. I was like, I thought you were doing something else with what you're saying, but now let's just say I'm a little. Let's just say like the Y2K bug just took away my memory there.
Okay, okay.
I'll blame on the Gremlins. How's that?
I'm trying to find some like big names of the Euro, but Google is not helping me here. I mean, big.
I mean, what are a couple of things that just start screaming out when you think Euro there, Xanthi?
For me, it's Hathaway, Sandra, Modern
Okay.
Talking, Dr. Alban. Hello, Dr. Alban.
Okay.
That's
And we're talking about Swedish. What is it? No, I don't know. Scooter. I mean, what else? It was like
Scooter.
Scooter. Yes. Um, it was like MTV all over. Like, I don't know. I was watching a lot of MTV.
I was just going to the beat.
Corona,
Yes.
exactly. It's my life. Yes, Dr. Alban's Corona, exactly. The rhythm of the night, wasn't that?
Mm.
Yes. Snap, yes. Exactly. Thank you, Rich. Thank you. Keep going. Too unlimited.
Yeah.
Oh my God, too unlimited. Exactly.
Yes. Yes. I'm still listening to that kind of music. I love Eurodisco. The best.
Me too. Instead of that, we should have a 90s party online. But we probably get blocked, muted directly from all the copyright.
Probably.
God damn it.
Or you could like lip sync it, or just play the music backwards, and just have like subtitles underneath it.
Or we just have muted and we just dance, but with no music.
And you have to guess what's the
Guess the
Well, I mean,
song.
like,
song.
yeah, it could be like if you go like the drive-in movies where like you can only see the picture, but you have to provide your own sound. You just do it for the live stream there. We just provide the pictures, and they'll just provide their own sound.
Where are you going on Sunday, Rich, exactly?
Mixcloud. I'm not sure.
Mixcloud. Are you going to see Two Unlimited or no? I don't know.
Mixcloud is kind of what you can have your own radio shows.
Well, I know Rich has his own show. Hey, Rich, if you want to throw your link up there, I'll throw it up here so that people can get your
Oh,
show.
is it the 90s?
No.
I know he takes requests, so and there's some quite good big mixture of Collins.
Did you
We cannot make you mod because I'm not on. We're on Restream.
pretty sure.
But I think we can make him a mod on one of our YouTube channels.
But put it without like dots, and people can figure it out, I guess, and we can, or maybe write it with spaces, and maybe we can put it together.
I might be. I'll see if I can try to pull it up there, Rich. Just to throw it up there, and I'll be able to share it.
Mm.
I'll figure it out. But
Okay,
but yeah, so he has his own
the Swedish, the
own
Swedish
requests.
standard
It's pretty
style
cool.
explanation.
Humor too.
And he got
And
a
I'll get
big
that for you.
okay? Yeah,
But
he basically said a ton in the
I'll just look for it. But yeah, so
Eurotechno. Yes. Eurodance. Cultural origins: Belgium, Netherlands, West Germany, East. Okay, back then it was Western East Germany. Oh my God, I'm going to get so cancelled today. But
no.
Sweden was big. Italy, United Kingdom, North America. What was it? Two Unlimited, Snap, Captain Hollywood Project, Culture Beat, Hathaway. Yeah.
Was it? But it wasn't in the 90s too.
Which one?
Scooter. Because I listened to them when I was in like 9th grade, and that was like 98.
Scooter is old. Wait. The band was founded 1993 in Hamburg, Germany. Yes. So because I'm an old fart, I remember him. Yeah, Scooter. Yeah.
I don't know if you're that old, so.
Well,
but
no, but okay, yeah.
But I was gonna say, like, I don't. I know, like, Kristen has to get ready for a show,
Yes.
so I don't want her to miss that. So I really appreciate you come join us, and look forward to have you back again, if you're totally up for it, because this is total blast to have you on here with us. Helps to keep
I'm
me
sorry
honest too.
about my
Go
husband.
raid her. Go
No.
raid. No, he's a
Oh,
gamer.
I thought you said-
We are all gamers here.
Oh,
so
raid!
yeah.
I'm sorry.
No.
Forget it. What I thought you said.
Rave?
Never mind.
No, raid the live. Go to her
Okay.
live. Raid her. That I didn't say anything. Sorry, you can mute me.
And
Leif. It's
my husband will probably be on that too, so it's just getting used to
Perfect.
it.
Yes.
I'm sorry about that.
Two gamers
worries.
being live.
So no, definitely. So yeah, it's definitely fun to have you on, Kristen. Look forward to have you back on again, and we'll make sure you don't miss your show. So I'll give you the easy. We have the link on the comments. Go check it out for part 2 of the longest journey. And thanks for coming on, Kristen.
Yes, thanks for having me.
Thank you. Yes.
Yes. Bye bye.
Bye
Bye.
bye.
I,
Bye. But we're still staying here. I'm actually playing Diablo 2 D2. Is it Diablo Resurrected? No, D2 What is that?
are we still talking about the PC game? Let's see.
Okay, I'm here.
Yep.
Am I here?
Here as yeah.
Okay, good.
Oh wait.
Diablo.
You
Yes.
okay? I'm just all right. I'm just trying to follow along the comments, matching up what you're talking about.
No technology, no tech issues today whatsoever, guys and girls. Like everything is run
No,
smoothly.
no. I was just trying because like you're commenting something. I was trying to follow along with the chats here, but okay. So it's Diablo 2. Got it.
Yeah, someone says Diablo, I have to do Diablo.
Not to be confused with Candy Crush or anything like that. So
Oh, revamp. Okay, yes. This is just the old one. This is not the revamped one. This is just the old classic one.
okay,
Yeah, yeah.
gotcha.
So the 90s it is a complicated decade.
You think 80s is more complicated than 90s?
No, I think 80s is more straightforward, to be honest. And 90s, it's the
Yeah.
transition from the 80s and before the zeros for me is a complete mess here. But I think the 90s it's complicated because it's so many different styles, music, culture, films, TV shows, and it's the transition from the old times to the modern times. For me, I guess for us, I don't know. For me, because I'm a teenager, so I was transitioning from my childhood to be an adult.
Mhm.
What did I? Well, oh my God, so much philosophy here, deep thinking.
Well, I mean, you think about it. I mean, right around that time between the two decades, you're transitioning as a way of how you're communicating and just disseminating a lot of the entertainment and materials. So it's just the beginning of the idea of just people being splintered as to the different types of media they consume, whether it's audio, visual in terms of videos or what you read, and just it's
Hmm.
just starting to like widen out with the dawning of the internet. So, but like you say, like 80s was a lot simpler just because everything was kind of confined. TV you only had like pretty much like three choices to watch for channels and stuff, so it's all centralized. So,
Yes,
but I would say
Ritz.
I hear you.
Yes. On the show, yes. Correct, correct. I mean, 80s were simple. You had the standard TV channels, you had magazines, and that's it. Radio,
Yeah, now you have
and
podcasts.
then yeah, and then
It's
the
still
90s started, and then suddenly you had the internet, and people had access to everything, and yeah, it was different.
exactly, but still, it's just interesting just as to the different types of innovation that comes up with each different iterations of
Mm,
music, movies, and what have you. And yeah, I mean,
mm.
I was just gonna say, like, just for me, it's always fascinating as wherever you are, not to sound too deep, but just wherever you are in your life, what's your favorite or what you remember is different, whether you're on the younger side or in the matured side or somewhere in the middle. So, so naturally, all all tastes and what have you is gonna vary. So, which is very interesting.
Yeah.
I knew you'd get upset about the Matrix not making it there. So,
I mean, hello, come on. Who makes a 90s list that doesn't put the Matrix? And who makes a music list? I mean, even though I liked all of the music, 70% of that list of the song of the 90s, yeah, and you don't include Guns N' Roses,
yeah, I mean,
Soundgarden,
because
you don't include Sound. And what about Metallica? Um,
yeah, what's interesting is what's not on the list as to what's on it. So, because like what I was looking for was just like something that was like has like a wide spectrum of different music and culture, but this one just like really went the extreme. I'm like, ooh, it's gonna be an interesting list this year. So,
exactly, Enter Sandman, exactly. And one and sad but true. And I mean, yeah. Next time, Robert, you will pull up a list like that, and we will have the so-called official list, and then we have our own list next to it, and we make a comparison. Correct? Right? Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely know like what stuff would be on for sure when it comes to sci-fi. So
Let me. I mean, wait. Let me. I will continue the show like this. Ah, you can see my ring light here.
hang on, hold on to your
And there you can see
handlebars.
us. I see it's a ring. Yeah.
This might be a little bit loud, but couldn't resist. I was afraid I might blow out Kirsten's ears out when I play that one. So,
No, it's okay. And
but
granted, 1 hour to discuss about, or roughly an hour or so, is roughly an hour. There's no time
yeah,
specific, but around that is too short to cover such a broad subject like the 90s. I mean, we didn't even talk about half of the things we wanted to talk, probably. Isn't the
oh yeah.
90s when Metallica died? No.
I say nothing because I have no opinion because I have no.
Unless I'm confused about the dates. Let me just do a search, a quick Googling.
Okay, she's gonna Google.
Discography. You're probably thinking about Reload. That's when they. Okay, yeah. Was it this one? Let me see. I cannot say that I am like an Metallica expert, but
Okay.
exactly. No, I mean, we're talking about 1991, where their album, Metallica, is their fifth studio album. It says here. Yep.
Okay.
And we're talking about Ender Sandman, Sad But True, The Unforgiven, Wherever I May Roam, Nothing Else Matter. I mean, do I have to continue?
If you
Nirvana,
wish.
definitely.
There you go.
Yeah. So, no, they didn't die in the 90s. That happened a bit later. Yes. Sorry. Yeah. I had to
No
say
worries.
it.
I was just gonna say, Rich, I added you as a moderator. I think on one of the YouTube channels, so you can throw up your link there, so people can catch you up on Mixcloud, so that you'll be good to go. Let's see what do we got here.
Isn't that, yeah, because after that came Load and then Reload. And I mean, yeah, I can agree to that. Golden Coin 100. Yeah, Load was not, no. It's just that it was 1991, the Metallica album that is called Metallica. So it counts as the 90s. After that, yeah, it was not Metallica. I have to agree to that. But it's still in the 90s.
Okay, that's the important thing.
Exactly.
So let me take a quick look, see if there's
Oh,
anything that.
Kerstin says that she cannot go live when I am still live. You don't know. Oh, I think she's
Oh, because you're on Restream, right?
yeah, I think our channels, yeah, because it's paired her okay. Yeah. So let's not sabotage it for Kerstin. Let's
All right, so let me let's get out of Restream here, and we're gonna like wrap up so that Kristen can go on. So thanks again, everyone, for watching.
thank you,
I guess
everyone.
Kristen, you best stay on so you don't get booed off on your own channel. Um, Rich has thrown his link up for those who want to catch on Mixcloud. Just a big thanks for helping us out here with the trivia there. Xanthi, it's always a pleasure. And next month,
Same.
not sure. Thanks. Next month, not sure what we're going to talk about, but be sure to look out for our posts on social media as to what we'll
Yes.
cover. But it'll be definitely on the first week of each month, either Thursday, Friday, Wednesday.
Yes, follow us on our social media to get the updates and everything.
which you'll find in the description. So we're gonna sign off and take care, everyone.
Bye bye.